What is good, Hellraisers? Welcome back to a brand new episode. Today we're talking about one of the guns that I love the most and possibly the one that I use the most in Warzone. Pre-integration of Cold War into Warzone. And I think I play with it so much that it might be even the gun that I used most even post-integration of Cold War into Warzone. Taking into account that I didn't even use the GRAU once Cold War was introduced into Warzone. That's just to give you guys an idea how much I played with this gun. The GRAU, I fell in love with the GRAU from the start, man. I think when I first started playing Warzone, if I remember correctly, was a Kilo. Then it moved on to the M13 and then the GRAU. And once I discovered the GRAU, it was GRAU until I think GRAU was season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then the integration of Cold War and all through the other seasons. I mean, it is a long time ago. It is a long time ago. As the time goes by, it keeps going back a little bit. I mean, it's not something like a major meta gun, but it's always a reliable gun that you can count on, especially if you don't know what to play with. If you're playing multiplayer for Modern Warfare, it's a pretty old game by now, but if you're still playing it, the GRAU, there's no beating it. I think it's the best AR in multiplayer. As far as Warzone, it is very, very stable. I think with time, it got a little bit of recoil, but the iron sight on it, man, it's a beast. I think the two guns that are the best ever for Modern Warfare are the MP7 and the GRAU. There's no beating both of these. With regards to the snipers, it's the Kar 98. MP5 is a very close second place SMG, and I think that's pretty much it, man. The Kilo is way below the GRAU, even though the Kilo had its meta state. But yeah, so we're talking about the GRAU, and we're going to be looking at the best blueprint in Warzone that you can have for the GRAU. Now the GRAU pretty much has three free blueprints that you can unlock. You have the Vizsla, which is a Season 5 pre-integration of Cold War into Warzone. It's a legendary blueprint that came into life Season 5. Pumpkin Punisher. This one came in Season 6. It's a legendary blueprint pre-integration of Cold War into Warzone back in the good old days, and it was in the Halloween event. I remember you had to do a bunch of challenges, and in the end, if you did all the challenges, you would unlock the Pumpkin Punisher. Now this gun is it's a beast. I mean, aside from its being very aesthetic, it's a beast. It's a beast. I'll get back more into this one. And then you have the Ofaga. Now the Ofaga is the one that people used the most, just because a lot of people did not have a chance to unlock the Pumpkin Punisher, and a lot of people don't know about the Vizsla. A lot of people joined Warzone after the integration of Cold War, so they really missed out on all these 6 seasons of blueprints. Now starting with the Ofaga, which is the one that people use the most, just because it was a ground loot for a bit, and then you were able to get it through stupid challenges that just people did without even knowing they were doing. But if you take this as ground loot and you're wondering what the attachments are, you have the Tempest 26.4 Archangel barrel. You have the Cronin LP for 945 mini reflex for the optics, the FTAC R89 rubber for the rear grip, and the 60 round magazine for the magazine. Now from all these, I think the barrel is pretty good and the magazine is really good. Aside from that, the optic and the FTAC are, I mean, they're pretty shit in my opinion. I think for the GRAU, you do not at all need an optic. If you were going to use an optic, use the best optic for the Modern Warfare guns, which is the VLK 3 times. As far as the rear grip, I'm more of a stable grip tape guy in order to allow you to have the sprint to fire speed. And you do not want to lose that much mobility on a GRAU, especially since it's very, very powerful. I'll go over the Vizsla before going to the Pumpkin Punisher, because I want to go really into detail into the Pumpkin Punisher. So the Vizsla, this one is more of an attack weapon. They have the Cronin optic mini reflex with a 1.37 magnifier. You have the 1MW laser, which is great for that hip fire accuracy, increases a lot of your accuracy. You have the frangible wounding perk. Now I'm not too sure if these perks work well in Warzone, but in multiplayer it does wonders. And then you have the commando foregrip, which is a pretty solid foregrip for this gun, and you have the muzzle brake, great for that vertical recoil stabilization. Now this one, again, it's a very loud and quick gun, so multiplayer will be great. Warzone, I'm not too sure. But again, if it's the only one that you have unlocked or you can get your hands on and you don't have the GRAU leveled up, this is a pretty good one to use. I'd rather use this than the Ofaga. Last but not least is the Pumpkin Punisher. Now even before looking into the attachments of this gun, you can see the accuracy is sky high, the range is sky high, mobility is a bit low, but that's alright, man. With all these control you get, it's a crazy blueprint. Now what we have is the FSS 20.8 Nexus barrel, which is pretty good. adds a bit of range to that. You have the tac laser for the laser. Now the GRAU, if you want the best setup for the GRAU, you're going to have to switch the tac laser for the MW laser. Some people still like the tac laser, but I do feel like with the Falcon, trust me, I mean with the GRAU, trust me, the 5MW is just a beast. The PBX Hollow 7-side optic. Now a lot of people love optics for some reason. For me, I don't think I think some guns don't need optics. So usually when I grab this gun, I will remove the optic and switch it for a 60-round mag. And this one does not have an attachment, so I think it's the 30-round magazine. I mean, if you're very accurate, you're just pushing one person at a time, it's all right. But if you're pushing a team, so it might get a bit tough. And then you have the FSS Blackjack stock. It's not too bad, adds a bit of control to it. And then the command and foregrip. Again, the command and foregrip is really good for this gun. So this is pretty much the best blueprint that you want to have on your GRAU. It is the strongest. For those of you guys who are asking me how to unlock this one, now you're in luck, because the only way to unlock previous season's blueprints is through either if it's a multiplayer challenge, but if you're talking about Warzone precisely, you will not be able to unlock this unless these blueprints are in what we call Blueprint Blitz events, which is events that comes every few months in Warzone and lasts usually 3 days, where it allows you to unlock 11 blueprints, 11 of the most famous blueprints from previous seasons. If you want more details into this game mode, check my channel. Just type it in my library and you will find it. I discuss exactly everything, how to get the maximum amount of blueprints in the shortest amount of time, and how to maximize your time in each game. And lucky for you guys, this gun has been in 2 events, like one after the other. It has been in the top of the list, which means there's a huge demand for it. A lot of people want it. I mean, I understand them. The aesthetics is beautiful. By this time of the year, and with all this time that came up, I mean, everybody has the GRAU leveled up, so they can just switch whatever attachments they don't like, but keep this awesome camo for it. I think that's pretty much it for this gun. I'll show you guys the 3D cutscene so you guys can really see how beautiful it is. Now I've had a few people, I think 1 or 2 people, but they were different in different videos. Yeah, everybody's asking me if I can show my favorite attachments for a gun after the best blueprint that you can unlock. Of course, we're talking about free blueprints. We're gonna just take a quick look at the ones you can buy. But in my opinion, I have, of course, the different setups. I think Plunder would be my best setup for Plunder, but this one is the one that I use for BR. So it really depends on which one I'm playing. If I'm playing with BR, I will go with the monolithic suppressor, which is the best suppressor for the Modern Warfare guns. The 20.8 Nexus barrel, which is the best barrel for this gun, and adds a ton of range. No stock for this stock, because for some reason I like my assault rifles with no stock, whether it be Cold War weapons or Modern Warfare weapons, because I always end up switching between them while in mid-battle. And there's nothing more frustrating than you downing 2 guys and the 3rd guy coming up and you just lose because you don't have that sprint fire speed or that few more seconds to shoot at the guy. Now usually I would put the sprint fire speed stipple grip tape on this gun, but the underbarrel is very important, so that's why I dropped the rear grip. I put an underbarrel Ranger foregrip. Some people go with Commando, I prefer Ranger, and of course you must have the 60-round magazine. This is pretty much the best setup for the GRAU that you can have if you're playing BR. If you're playing another game mode like multiplayer, or you're playing Plunder, you could go with this one. Now the reason why I'm going with this one is because this one is more solid than Plunder. Now when people rush, and if they rush, they're really rushing alone, so you don't really need all that extra like control and mobility, so you can, you know, take cover. So that's why I put a rear grip. Of course you can have the stipple grip, rear grip, but for some reason the XRK Void 2 feels good with the GRAU. Same thing for the rounds, same thing for the barrel, same thing for the muzzle, and the same thing for the laser. So you guys see, like, some of them stay the same. I just switch 1 or 2 depending on what game mode I'm playing. And that's pretty much it for the GRAU. If you guys have any more questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Oh yeah, I said that we're gonna look at the store. See, 9. You can buy 9 ones for the GRAU. That's just to tell you guys how amazing the gun is and how much people love this gun. I'm not gonna go into each one of these, but yeah, you can all check them in your playlist. But yeah, if you have any other questions, please let me know in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take it easy.
Wow.
Target is down. Well done. Send it rocket. Gun online.
Got one.
Hostile expired. They're targeting me.
What's it? Stop hacking the thing up there! God's sake!
Targeting me. Hostile down. Throw a nade. Friendly UAV overhead. Hostile sentry defeated. Allied cluster strike inbound. Enemy dropping into the AR. Great work. Capture the second domination. Friendly guns down. We're arming the opposition. Captured all of the domination. Setting AT mine.
Oh yeah.
Enemy dropping into the AR.
Oh! Not fair, he just stands there. I'm moving about.
In their sight. Friendly advanced UAV marked.
Yes! 3. Ah, no way! No way! He just stood there. Just stood there.
Friendly precision airstrike inbound. Hey, we ain't done. I'm hit. Got this. UAV entering the AO. RPG. Allied cluster strike inbound. UAV entering the AO. Enjoy the victory, soldier.